Good evening. Welcome to Northeast Web Shots. You are watching Northeast Web Shots Evening Daily Bulletin. This is Anudeep Sharma. Here are the headlines of the day. Starting off with the national news. India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage crosses 90 crore mark. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on 2nd of October launched the Jal Jeevan Mission mobile application, which aims to improve awareness among stakeholders and for greater transparency and accountability of schemes under the initiative of Jal Jeevan Mission. Prime Minister Modi also stated Jal Jeevan Mission empowering women by saving their time to fetch drinking water. As of date, about 8.26 crore, 43% of rural households have a tap water supply in their homes. The Unique Identification Authority of India (UIDAI) has plans to open 166 standalone Aadhaar enrollment and update centers across the country. As on date, over 130.9 crore Aadhaar numbers have been generated. New Space India Limited (NSIL), the new created commercial arm of the Indian Space Research Organisation, will put together its first demand-based communication satellite for the satellite-based DTH television services provider Tata Sky. The GS8024, a 4000 kg class Ku band satellite with all transponders dedicated for the DTH services, will be launched by Ariane 5 from Europe's Arianespace early next year. Tata Sons Limited emerged as winning bidder for Air India. The other bidder is SpiceJet Limited owner Ajay Singh. Assam Congress MLA Shriman Ali Ahmed has been arrested for his official residence in Guwahati on 2nd of October evening for making provocative statements in the reference to the last week's violent eviction drive in the state. Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Bhupesh Baghel was made a senior observer for the next year's Uttar Pradesh Assembly elections by Congress on Saturday. Delhi, the Enforcement Directorate (ED) on Saturday said it has attached a building worth rupees over 190 crore in Mumbai as a part of money laundering probe linked to an alleged bank fraud case against former Bhushan Power and Steel Limited chief Sanjay Singhal. Jammu Kashmir, a civilian killed, another critical as back-to-back militant attacks rock in Srinagar. A grenade hurled at CRPF camp. Kerala, cinema halls to open from October 25th, colleges from the 18th of October 2021. Kerala Pradesh Congress Committee President K. Sudhakaran landed in a fresh trouble after the State Vigilance Wing submitted its preliminary report against him on complaint regarding a disproportionate assets case with regard to trust in the name of former Chief Minister K. Karunakaran. In Ladakh, largest Khadi national flag unfurled in Ladakh. A 1000 kg hand-woven Khadi tricolor, the largest in the country, was unfurled atop a high mountain overlooking the Leh Valley on 2nd of October to commemorate Gandhi Jayanti and 75th anniversary of the India's independence. Maharashtra domestic flights of Go Air, 3 airlines to operate from Mumbai Airport Terminal 1, the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaja Terminal International Airport (CSMIA), starting from October 20th. Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Chani takes Prime Minister Modi for resolving paddy procurement issue. The centre allowed the procurement of paddy in Punjab and Haryana from October 3rd. Sikkim Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang announced that the packaged mineral plastic water bottles will be banned in the state from January 1st, 2022, that's next year. Tamil Nadu former DMK MLA Veerapandi Raja died of heart attack on Saturday at Salem on its 59th birthday while garlanding the portrait of his late father and former minister Veerapandi S. Arunabhum. Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao on 1st of October announced the creation of Telangana Haritha Nidhi, Telangana Green Fund, with contributions from MPs, MLAs, MLCs, IAS, IPS, IFS officials and the state government employees every month. The contributions will be deducted from their salaries. Besides, a one-time contribution will be collected from students at the time of their admission. Hyderabad-based Bharat Biotech has submitted their trial data on Covaxin for children in the 2 to 18 years age group to the DCGI on 2nd of October. Counting up vote in West Bengal's Bhawanipur seat will take place on 3rd of October, that is today, the day on which the fate of West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee will be decided. The Bhawanipur Assembly constituency registered over 57% polling during 30th of September by-election. Counting started from 8 am. The defense news. Army Chief General M.M. Narawane said that China has built substantial infrastructure along the LAC in the Eastern Ladakh, but assured that Indian forces were ready for any eventuality. Bodies of 3 Navy officers, a sailor found after Uttarakhand avalanche, 2 missing. Deeply anguished by the tragic death of 4 Navy personnel who were part of the Indian Navy mountaineering expedition to Mount Trishul, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh tweeted. India and Sri Lanka will carry out a 12-day mega military exercise from Monday with a focus on enhancing counter-terror cooperation. The 8th edition of this Mitra Shakti exercise will be conducted at a combat training school in Sri Lanka's Ampara from October 4th to 15th, the Defence Ministry stated on a statement on Saturday. Russia waiving a royalty clause in favor of technology transfer to green signal has been given for the deal to manufacture AK-203 assault rifles at the Amethi factory. A rupees 5,124 crore contract is likely to be inked in the coming months. The Defence Industrial Corridor project in Uttar Pradesh will be comprehensively reviewed by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh in Lucknow on 8 October along with Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. Coming towards international news, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on 2nd of October Saturday held extensive talk with his visiting Colombian counterpart Marta Lucia Ramirez with a focus on boosting bilateral ties in aeronautics, biotechnology and space. UK updates advisory for people coming to India mentions a 10-day quarantine. The United Kingdom government has updated its advisory for people travelling to India a day after India made 10-day quarantine mandatory in a reciprocal move to UK's stand on recognition of India's vaccination certificate. Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Narawane said that the next round of military tasks talk will be with the Chinese People's Liberation Army to cool tensions along the line of actual control LAC in Eastern Ladakh would take place in the second week of October. The 4th annual 2+2 dialogue between India and the US will be held in November this year in Washington, according to the Foreign Secretary Harsh Vardhan Shringla. Coming towards the world news, German Unity Day is celebrated on 3rd of October every year to mark the anniversary of the nation's unification. On 3rd of October 1990, the Federal Republic of Germany and Democratic Republic of Germany were united as one single federal Germany. In Abu Dhabi, an air ambulance of the Abu Dhabi police crashed in UAE's capital on Saturday, killing 2 pilots, a doctor and a nurse. Taliban have created an exclusive battalion of suicide bombers that will be deployed in the borders of Afghanistan, particularly in Badakhshan province, reporters stated. French Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian will hold talks with the United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken on October 5th. As the 2 countries aim to rebuild diplomatic ties in the wake of row over a lucrative submarine contract which France lost. Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan has revealed that his government is in talks with banned terror group Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan for reconciliation with the help of the Taliban in Afghanistan. Legendary Pakistani comedian Umer Sharif passed away in Germany at the age of 66. He was on his way to the United States to receive treatment on 2nd of October. China shows off a series of military equipment in Air Show China 2021. The exhibition from September 28th to October 3rd has the presence of 700 businesses from the 40 countries in both face-to-face and online forum. More than 100 aircraft of all kinds are displayed in the outdoor exhibition area. Coming to us, the end COVID updates national. India's active caseload stands at 2,73,889, lowest in 197 days, which accounts for less than 0.81% of the total cases, lowest since March 2020. The national COVID-19 recovery rate was recorded at 97.86%. At least 25,455 recoveries in the last 24 hours took the total number of recoveries to 3,30,68,599. This much for today. For more updates, keep following Northeast Web Shots. Thank you. Good night.